Well, good evening. Welcome along. We've got a great match in store in the AFC Champions League Two as Al Zawraa of the Iraqi Stars League hosts big-hitting Saudi Pro League club Al Nassr. Well, both of these clubs won their opening fixtures. Al Zawraa won 2-0 in Goa with goals from Razik Bani Hani and Nizar Al Rashdan. But this is an altogether different challenge for the Iraqi side tonight. The supporters have arrived in numbers. They arrived early and have been making plenty of noise for maybe an hour. Let's hope they sustain that. Their side may have to play a lot of the game without the football. And we're looking to get something from this intensely difficult game. And Al Nassr hammered Istiklal 5-0 in their opening game. Abdul Rahman Aib got their first of the tournament. Got the Brazilians scored as well in Gabriel and Wesley, Kingsley Coman and Sadio Mane. It's the calibre of the team that has made this journey. Al Zawraa Stadium is in Baghdad, which is a journey of around 1,300 kilometres, more or less north for the Saudi team to make. That's the league table as it stands. So as you'll see from the second column, their games played, that Istiklal have played against Goa. They beat them by a couple of goals to nil earlier, but it hasn't affected the league table because, well, we haven't had the head-to-heads yet. It would be head-to-head before goal difference, but we haven't had two meetings of teams yet. That's the magnificent setting for this game, and the scorching heat of the day is eased off. It's still 28 Celsius, still warm. A little team news teaser for you is that Cristiano Ronaldo did not make the journey with Al Nassr. They knew that, and George Jesus explained that it wasn't anything to do with him not wanting to come to Iraq. It was a sporting decision, perhaps a slightly medical decision, given the fact that he is 40 years of age. The man may be a machine, but eventually even machines need a little bit of TLC, and so we do not see Cristiano Ronaldo tonight, but nor does that mean that Al Nassr are short of star players, or that it's much less of a challenge really for Al Zawraa. Al Nassr are surely, I would say, the competition favourites. They've got obviously one of the all-time greats in their squad. It's not just that, they've got UEFA Champions League winners in there. You've got a man who cost over 100 million euros and has played for a good selection of the greatest clubs in Europe. One of the best African footballers of all time in the squad as well. Al Zawraa are only a couple of games into the season for them, the domestic season, and they've drawn both of their games. This is a little bit of an indifferent start. They're well down the league because other teams have played more, so don't panic. Abdul Ghani Shahad is the coach who we will see shortly. We have a Qatari match official, sort of on-field official team. The fourth official is from Kyrgyzstan, and we do not have the assistance of VAR. You may have your own views on whether that's a better thing or a worse thing. Well, the stadium holds around 15,000. It's not packed out, but the supporters who are here are looking forward to this, making plenty of noise. The atmosphere will be absolutely jumping if Al Zawraa can get the better of this brilliantly assembled squad of world-class talents. You can see there the stadium's not far from the river, and the stunning skyline of Baghdad. They went through a couple of coaches last season. They were runners-up. They were well off the top of the league, though, behind the Iraqi champions Al Nassr to 10 points. Quite a difference between the two teams, a long way for them to make up. And Al Nassr, of course, as well suffered domestic disappointment. They finished third in the Saudi Pro League and again were well off the distance in the end, 13 points off Al Ittihad. But their start to the season has been explosive in the Saudi Pro League. Played 4, won 4, and scored 14 and conceded just once. And the Qatari referee, Salman Ahmad Falahi, leads out the two sets of players. Al Zawraa are in their white, so Al Nassr have changed into the darker colours. Now that has taken some work. The banners are out, the flags are flying, the big names, Sadio Mane and the likes, are here. And can they be taken down by Al Zawraa? Different challenge, of course, from playing most of their games in the Iraqi Stars League and expecting that they should win it, taking on the likes of Inigo Martinez and this wonderful collection of players. Have a look at the changes made by Shahad ahead of this game. 5 from their first match, essentially all in attacking areas. The Nigerian striker Ibrahim is one of those who return to the side. Number 9, Mahdi, is a Bahraini international. Plenty of international experience as well. The goalkeeper, Jalal Hassan, has 91 caps for Iraq. The Cameroon international, Clarence Bitong, has been left out. The two captains come face to face. So no Cristiano Ronaldo, but we knew that already. But Sadio Mane is in, João Felix is in, Kingsley Coman scored a winning goal in a UEFA Champions League final. Marcelo Brozovic played in a World Cup final. He's got 99 caps. Inigo Martinez was one of Barcelona's best players last season. A Brazilian goalkeeper in Bento. Angelo, another Brazilian, is the only non-international in that Al Nassr 11. All 4 of the Saudi players are experienced internationals as well, with over 100 caps between them. Jalal Hassan is the captain for Al Zawraa. Sultan, the Saudi international fullback, is the captain for Al Nassr. See Durgam again, another experienced player, 70 caps. But this is a team with purpose, with a plan, and with the quality to execute many a plan. They're ready and they're inspired. Al Nassr have won 6 games straight in all competitions. So here we go. What a challenge for Al Zawraa. This is what continental football is all about bringing nations together and seeing if you can take down some of the greatest names in world football. Al Nassr have got us underway. They're in the dark shirts. Zawraa in the white. They will try and put a bit of pressure on, but you know what? I have a feeling these guys won't buckle easily. That's good pressure. Really good start. And it's offside. It won't be a popular decision. So no VAR. The assistant referees have got to make the call as they see it. I think we all saw, though, that one was comfortably offside against Mahdi. Just a couple of metres. Al Nassr quickly get up the pitch, trying to find Ayman, who's the most advanced player. Now that's a closer offside call. It doesn't need to be made. Interesting, Mahdi, the most advanced player twice, but attacking from the right, and they drop into probably a 5-3-2. Now Zawraa, as they have to go into defensive mode. Brozovic was the deepest player there for Al Nassr. Will just be, I think, just as a playmaker, but we'll see. And then the left boot of Inigo Martinez, ball-playing defender, not the biggest defender, not the fastest defender. Brozovic again. Again, they're not afraid to go high and long. Sadio Mane and then Kingsley Coman. Now the two UEFA Champions League winners in this team, and that's a terrific opportunity to break. The goalkeeper stayed, and it's cut back again, and then it's slid wide. And they're looking for that offside flag. It was Inigo Martinez who put it behind. What a break that was from Al Zawraa. Well, they're determined to enjoy themselves, the home supporters. Abdul Ghani Shahad has set up his team. They're looking to break the opportunity. They hit quickly, and that time effectively. Here's Mahdi into the near post, and a useful flick on. It was a diving effort by Maitham Jabbar. Well, they had the best of the open exchanges here, the Iraqi team. This is Nawaf. They haven't had a spell of possession, really, since the opening moments. Switch the formation around. Al Nassr already. And the ball is into the penalty area, dangerously so. Crucial defending. And a lovely little drop of the shoulder. That was fine play by Haider. And then Ibrahim charging to the edge of the penalty area. He gets it down. He goes on the outside again, and it's the shot away. And then a free kick given for the foul by Abdallah. On Joao Felix. He was the player who cost over 100 million euros when he moved from Benfica to Atletico Madrid. Abdallah pointing at the ball. And that was the effort from Ibrahim, the Nigerian striker. Jorge Jesus taking charge of his 1,391st match as a manager this evening. His team are not finding it easy. He's won 800 games as a coach. And they're on the back foot again. Al Zawraa trying to get into the penalty area, and Sultan has to go sliding in. Intercepted by Sultan. But he can't find another dark blue shirt. They're called dark blue. They look as green as blue to me, but there we are. And Mane steals it. The boos and whistles immediately strike up. Nicely played by Ibrahim, and he's fired it into the area behind the fullback. Look at the pace. Nawaf. Super stuff. He really got a lick on there when he realised he was slightly out of position. Second corner though for Al Zawraa. It was met at the near post by Maitham again. Iraqi international. Clearly got a plan. Shahad, he's got an idea of how they will contain these illustrious opponents. Set pieces would be crucial. He's the only one in the air there. Centre back who was up for the corner. There he is again, winning another header. Was this offside? Referee looks across and the flag is up, yes. Again, he did look comfortably offside. 27-year-old Nigerian. Ibrahim Tomiwa. Inigo Martinez. The best of passes back to him from Nawaf. George Jesus may well be 71, but he's got the energy to argue about every call. That is, let's say, ambitious. Alternatively described as a waste of possession. Zakam, the central defenders. And you go Martinez and they press, they squeeze them in there. Now, he does have a range of passing, but he's popped that into the midfield where the centre-back Maitham came all the way forward to win it, carried on his run, been really positive, Al Zawraa. I imagine they'll try and pin them in this corner again. Nawaf Mashari with the throw. Willing to go back, and what we've seen so far is Al Zawraa have been willing to press forward. struggling to get out with the ball in any kind of good order. Saudi club. Here they come with Awaf Bashari. Forward to Ayman. The Saudi international. Which way is that going? The way of the home side. It's a massive cheer. They're on the attack again, and the referee has a call to make and he waves it away. Moment's hesitation. Maybe he was hearing from his assistant referee. It was an appeal for a handball against Akam. It done again by Maitham. He goes charging forward. And it's switched out to Kadim, who's got forward. Wanted to take it quickly. Spilled out of his hands, but it's a sign of the intent that Al Zawraa are showing. I wonder whether Abdallah was winding up for something long there. He just chucked it short, and Al Nassr quickly recover possession and quickly get up the pitch. Kingsley Coman is on the break. Needed to be made. That interception might have been a call for offside. They break, they go quickly, Al Nassr. Trying to control the pace of the game. This opening quarter of an hour, but they've struggled to do so. Here's Brozovic. They work it nicely, and Sultan could be forward here. It's run through to the overlapping run from the captain. And what a waste. Got out, it looked good. He's fairly clubbed that behind. It's the appeal for the handball. It wouldn't be given because it came off his body. And then up onto his own hand, which is deemed that nothing you can do about that. Haider. He's got the outlet this side with Kadim. Kadim floats the ball, well, tries to float the ball in, hits the first defender. Martinez again. His international career came relatively late. It's a competition, of course. Here's Kingsley Coman. Swerve of the hips, and he looks for Sadio Mane. It's popped up in the air. The goalkeeper comes. The experienced Jalal Hassan says, "That's mine." Landed awkwardly. That would have took a blow in the just below the ribs. Let's see. Keep an eye on Coman here. Imagine how you defend against him. He defended against him pretty well. He got the ball in. Wasn't the cleanest of takes. Bento plays from the back. Nawaf Mashari again. Angelo's on the ball again. Drives forward. Constructed him pretty well. Has to come outside to Nawaf Mashari again. And then fired across by the energetic Angelo. Young Brazilian. Brazilians almost everywhere in world football. Ibrahim does really well. He saw Brozovic a bit of a dummy. Bento was decisive though. Felix gets to the ball and turns. Can't afford him too much space. And that's a poor clearance. Sultan collected it, then gave it away. Been too much of that from Al Nassr's point of view. And Ibrahim will chase. One thing that Inigo Martinez never really had, he was never really fast. And a long-range effort. Haider, which was the second that we've seen from what I would consider to be too far out, which might imply that Shahad has told his players, if you get the opportunity, if it opens up, why not? Oman again. And again he dances into the penalty area. And again the defending is good. Angrily good, but made the block in the end. Goes down. Has a bit of a problem. Round Cam a little too easily, or I might be unfair because I've just watched the slow motion replay. Not sure what his point is to the referee before he puts his tiny shin pads back under his socks. Fabulous competition, chance for nations to compete who maybe traditionally wouldn't. We'll move from the two regions into a wholly continental competition in the latter stages. Marcelo Brozovic, seen plenty of football before, runner-up in almost everything. Don't forget a Saudi title. I'd love to win this competition. It goes high towards Inigo Martinez, who got his head to it. Joe Felix, high towards the back post and too high. Fascinating career, Joe Felix. Been bubbling under forever. That massive move to Atletico Madrid, massive price tag. And I would argue that probably wasn't the club and the coach to go to as a very talented young star. Loan moves to massive clubs, none of which really took off for him. Chelsea, Barcelona, Milan. Looking for a home. Here he is. It's not easy to win these competitions. There are other very good teams in the Saudi League. It will take some winning, even though they have started so impressively. And a long-range effort. Checking whether it took a deflection. It didn't. From Sultan. More optimistic long-range shooting this time towards the other goal. Joe Felix with a touch around the corners. Offside, isn't it? Careless from player of that experience, Sadio Mane. Came back from an offside position, obviously just having a moment, having a rest. Long ball forward, gets Mahdi attacking. He did really well to hold it up. Now Kadim. And then Hussein in the midfield. Exactly the same. We get back on side, lads. See the assistant referee running with him. It's not the point, you're not freezing it at the point at which he receives the ball. It's the pass is made. And they knew that it had no chance of getting there. Suspect he'd gone early anyway. But a frustrating opening period for Al Nassr. They thought this would be easy. And in the first game 5-0, they've smashing people in the domestic league. A couple of 5-goal hauls at the weekend. They played out Etihad and they won 2-0. They honestly could have had many more. Cristiano Ronaldo watching at home, presumably, maybe in the gym. You know what he's like. Ibrahim and Brozovic. An awful lot in there. Here's Kadim. It's well read. Right. Amri. Given away into the midfield, Hussein and Haider. For one of those long-range efforts, no, holds it up. The supporters wanted him to go with a long-range effort. I'm with him. I think keep that club in the bag some of the time, but then he dribbles it out of play. Okay, he should have had a shot from 30 metres. Angelo. Work it wide to Ayman. Angelo again. Lovely skills from the young Brazilian midfielder. Ibrahim showed up for it. Sultan got there though. Kingsley Coman. You know, Felix to deliver it. Was there a little deflection on the cross? Not, it's a really poor cross. Just wonder there, Kadim running towards that ball. He's looked a little heavy-legged. How much have they put into this opening quarter? Said Angelo, relatively tired. It is warm, even though it's late. They keep working it, and João Felix goes past one, but not two. And Ibrahim is just giving them an outlet. Well, shouldn't take the long ball option too early, too many times. Brozovic turns and gets them vertical, as we now say, so straight up the pitch. They demanded the ball. Miles offside, Mahdi. Now off Mashari. He hasn't had many touches of the ball. Scored an absolute thumping volley at the weekend, Sadio Mane, and then he created the second for Cristiano Ronaldo. Scooped pass for the great man to head home. Ibrahim turns, uses it well. Only 5 minutes played, and Much hope there for the Nigerian to get on the end of the return pass. Maddy. Angelo into the feet of Joao Felix. He does manage to ping it out to a teammate. Energy levels in this press are impressive. There's a little bit of individuality about how the different players are pressing. Here's Sadio Mane, flag goes up. Still, great Senegal striker can't get into the game. It's a close call, but you've got to make it when you haven't got the VAR to back it up. I think with VAR, I think we'd have seen that played on. "41 goals since signing for the Saudi club. This is appearance number 105. He's a hat-trick away from 250 club goals. First saw him play for Southampton. The game at Chelsea, and he was the standout player. Theatrical cry by Kadim. The referee is only concerned with where the throw-in is being taken from. Jesus is unhappy. Doesn't mind sharing it. I often wonder, he's Portuguese speaker, never worked in England, so his English is limited. You might have heard the pre-match interview. So that goes through a translator to footballers who have a mixed amount of English. So the whole communication process necessarily has to be patient and slow, and then when the game goes, they're shouting and ranting and raving. I think you can look at him and tell that he was unhappy. And his team to up the ante a little bit, and Angelo tries to do that, does create some space. It comes back for Kingsley Coman. Sultan's on the overlap, and he'll scoop pass to the fullback, and a sliding, diving interception. Durgam that was necessary, not the first time that he's done that effectively. So 5 committed into the penalty area. A little nudge on Inigo Martinez. Brozovic will go again. They're not a massive team, Al Nassr. Flicked away. Mane might just be getting on the end of it. Or now a slip. Oh, really good recovery. I thought he was in big trouble there. Shari. Martinez popped up in the midfield only because he wasn't all the way back. Angelo. Ayman. Angelo. Ricochets through to the intended target. Ayman, a little bit of luck in the Brazilian's pass. But that's a lovely ball back, and Angelo pulls it back. The shot from Joao Felix was deflected by the defender. been getting their blocks in. They've been working very hard. Goalkeeper was going the wrong way. It was important that Akam was there. The left boot of Angelo delivers into the middle. It's another corner. Inigo Martinez was coming in behind. No, have you got anything on it? No, they've got a corner. It goes to Kingsley Coman. Turns, delivers to the edge of the penalty area, and the overhead kick was something special from Angelo. Surface there, haven't I? This is Angelo, is it? It's Amri, central defender. It's a warm night. We've played over half an hour. As well as a drink. This is an opportunity for the coaches. A little debrief, a rebrief. Martinez makes it clear that he needs more determination. He's actually, I think he's trying to get some messages through. You've got to choose your messages wisely when you're working through translators. So far, not bad for Al Zawraa. AFC Champions League Two. This is the West, and it's Group D. A lot of clubs, huge continent, fascinating blend of footballing styles and skill. We've had a couple of minutes, and the referee has had enough. Al Nassr won 4-0 in the King's Cup game as well, in this terrific run of form. This game they lost was the Saudi Super Cup final. They lost that on penalties. Largely Iraqi team, Al Zawraa, allowed plenty of foreign signings, but they don't come cheap as a rule. It's good experience in this team. Spend your money wisely. Ibrahim looks a good player. Angelo swinging into the box. No acknowledgement of anything from Sadio Mane. Obviously doesn't see his role of as chasing lost causes. Koman was the player left on the ground. Pace yourself through a game in these conditions. Zawraa now is the onside here. Ibrahim is through the middle, and the finish was disappointing. Defenders were asking where the flag was. Let's see it again. He's offside. Then it was given, so there we are. That's where the flag was. Marcelo Brozovic, part of that great Croatia midfield that did so well in the World Cup, of successive World Cups. Lost the World Cup final, lost the Nations League final, lost the Champions League final. Mane into the penalty area, the leg dangling and went down. Kingsley Coman going horizontally along the edge of the box. Brozovic, Mashari. As it comes to Mane again. Angelo with a bag of skills. He had to go reaching for that, but he's turned it into a corner. Whipped in at pace, well cleared by the first defender. Ibrahim got there and with a free kick. Such an important role if you know that you're up against a good team. You need that centre forward to make everything difficult for your opposition. That's what he's done. An option to run over the top when required, an option to hold the ball up, to come and battle for it. Likewise, Angelo, beautifully done. And it's a yellow card in response for Hussein. Wouldn't give it up. The referee feeling that he made a reckless challenge coming in from behind. First yellow card of the game. Not something of the ball, but not the be all and end all. Probably should have been more patient and run alongside Angelo. Tough game so far for the front players. Mashari puts the ball into the penalty area. Lovely first touch by Kingsley Coman, but it's taken away from him. How much of this game Ibrahim will get through. He's chased everything, and they've, I think, probably as the half has gone on, have resorted to firing it long, quickly forward. Martinez over the top for Ayman to chase, and the goalkeeper comes and gets to it. Now Sadio Mane collects, swerves into the penalty area. Still Sadio Mane pulls it back. Still danger, and superbly defended in the air by Haider. And then he goes long. Inigo Martinez trapped under a ball that rather plugged into the ground. The impressive thing about this Zawraa performance is that they've maintained a threat going the other way. With their opening game 2-0, and Istiklal also beat Go by the same margin. A little early to presume that therefore that's a showdown to come. For second place behind Al Nassr. Here's Sultan. Into the area it goes, and again the defending was excellent. And it was last ditch, finally got it away for Maitham. Abdallah with the crucial intervention. It wasn't, was it? Let's give Akam credit where it's due. Mane a moment ago, and again it was Akam. Put that toe to it. Skill by Angelo in the midfield, probably been as impressive as anybody. Brozovic with the free kick. Martinez, first time pass. Ayman, and the overlap comes from Mashari. Mashari squeezes in across, squeezes it straight to the goalkeeper. They don't hang around, there are two forward. Well defended though by Amri. Brozovic then fires it over the top, and they're onside here, and an opportunity for Mane into the penalty area. Super challenge. Maitham got back. He was able to catch Sadio Mane. All over the top. It was Koeman. The excellent work in the build-up. The 45th minute, but remember there's a cooling break as well to take into account. Here's Angelo. Floated towards the penalty spot by Angelo. Out to Brozovic on the edge of the penalty area. Angelo again. Wraps the left boot around it. My man was strong. Mane was onside. There was nobody making that run to the near post. They've lacked a little bit in the penalty area, really, Al Nassr. João Felix with a good ball to Sadio Mane, goes after the return, couldn't get hold of it. Brozovic has to make a recovery run. Came off the Croatian last. 3 minutes being added on, by the way, which takes into account the break. Therefore, it's not a lot. Hyman is now down. A lovely bit of control by Kingsley Coman. The home supporters have enjoyed themselves, they've enjoyed the performance. Not just gritty, there's been quality in it as well from them. And they see it through to half time, all square. Maybe even go better than that. Martinez. Nashari. With the energy to accelerate. He's dragged back. Silly foul, really. I hide it. It's been taken quickly. João Felix sums up his first half. A lot of the attacking play at the final third play, certainly of Al Nassr in the first period. He's a player who blows hot and cold, but in red-hot form in the early part of his career in the Saudi Pro League. Jorge Jesus could barely watch. And that is the end of a very, very competitive first half. Well, if you thought that Al Nassr were going to come and blow away Zawraa, they've got other ideas in that first period. They may well be the tournament favourites, but they've been made to work hard. Ibrahim has been a thorn in their side. The defending has been solid. The performance has been excellent from the home team. Al Nassr, if they're to continue this winning run, they're going to need to find something more creative in the second half. It's half time at Al Zawraa Stadium in the AFC Champions League Two. It's Al Zawraa 0, Al Nassr 0. Welcome back, 0-0, as we get ready to start the second half of this AFC Champions League Two showdown, second match day between Al Zawraa, the Iraqi Stars League, against Al Nassr, the visitors from the Saudi Pro League. Al Zawraa drew 0-0 at the weekend away to Al Kama. This would be a more famous 0-0, but they've got bigger aspirations than that. Now Qatari referee Salman Ahmad Falahi gets us underway. The start of the second half. Zawraa are in the white, Al Nassr in their dark chained shirts. They're immediately on the attack, and an opportunity, they've opened them up for Kingsley Coman in the opening seconds of the second period. As good as anything they did really in the first half. Star-studded starting lineup for Al Nassr. A lot of money behind the club, of course. The Saudi Public Investments Fund owns 75% of it. Ayman off at half-time. That's not surprising. Abdullah Al-Dabairi is on. Started more lively fashion. Kingsley Coman, Angelo Brozovic, purposefully moving the ball quicker. João Felix faces it out to Coman, shapes and then comes inside, swerves, draws players towards him, and then the ball is fired across by Sultan. But it is better from Al Nassr. Then turned over, one back again, and Brozovic into the penalty area. The shot is blocked, it comes back to him, and Kingsley Coman can't get it on target. Blistering start to the second half from the Saudi side. Now Ibrahim does really well, did that so much in the first half, took the pressure off the rest of his team. Bodies they've got forward there, ricochets through to Brozovic. That's the first block, and then Coman, I think he was going for goal, ended up hooking it back. Wasn't on target. The body's in the box, they got back. Zawraa, even though initially they had been a little bit exposed. Feel the pain there of Abdallah. Can't afford to drop those effort levels because Al Nassr have come with a fizz in their step. Swung into penalty area, easily claimed though by the Brazilian goalkeeper Bento. The Bahrain international Mahdi with the cross. Brozovic. Angelo to Sultan. Marcelo Brozovic again. Inside, dropping deeper, being forced deeper. Kingsley Coman has it. Step over, a swerve, and total breakdown in communication. let that knock them off their stride. They've started the second half well.
A change on the way to the home side as well. Razik is coming on. It's a forward really, so I wonder if it's very early. I wonder if it's a tactical response. If someone's got an injury.
Defending, seized the ball there, and Emery started the attack. Now Kingsley Coman will try to finish the attack. Two go with him. Which step he takes. Brozovic to Sadio Mane, who clips it into the middle, and it will come out to the substitute, who drives it brilliantly into the back of the net. What an impact! Abdullah Al-Kabari on at half-time, really to provide a little bit of extra control for the midfield, but he was the man popping up in a goal-scoring position, and he slammed it home. Well, of all the players they sent out onto the pitch, it wouldn't be high your list of those who would be the man to break the deadlock, but that is quality. He's an international player, international midfielder. So maybe we shouldn't be surprised. Beautiful technique, deadly accuracy. The small gaggle weren't on their phone, jumping up to celebrate. Now changes the dynamic of the game. Al Zawraa have to respond. They try. They're shooting in the first half, a little desperate at moments. Razik is on. And Haider is off. It could be injury actually, because Haider was at points struggling. Now Sadio Mane. Tails are up here. Brozovic arguing about the handball decision. Good work by Al-Kabari. Mane cleverly lets it run. Nawaf Shari, Brozovic into the penalty area. He then chops it back. He could have gone first time. Slightly late challenge there by Nawaf Mashari. Didn't catch a lot of his opponent. It was just a trip in the end on Kadim. Angelo again supplies it to Coman. He's seen plenty of the ball, Kingsley Coman. Oh, there's a mix-up and a needless corner. Just needed the communication there for Kadim. I think everybody else had clocked it was going out. A good ball in truth. Bonus corner. Brozovic with a corner. High to the back post, and up went Amri. Angelo. It's an attempt to the back heel, but it goes to a white shirt. A late collision after the referee had turned. There you go, Martinez. Sits there for Kingsley Coman. Drifts the ball into the middle. He was still forward in a centre forward position there. Does leave a gap at the back. Feels for the handball. And it's given us a push by Ibrahim. That's a big call. He was clear about it. Yeah, it's a fair point. There was a shove in there. It would have been interesting to note. He hadn't seen that as a foul. What the punishment would have been for Inigo Martinez. Forced the referee in a way to give the decision. Here's Sultan. Goal kick. Came last off the Al Nassr right back. Razik. Akam. That's at the offside hit. He needed to make a different decision, really, or both of them did. As everyone else, had, in a disciplined way, had kept the line. Been offside some time. Let's just make another run. Sultan, Kingsley Coman, Brozovic. George Jesus at the age of 71, you can see there in his 17th club. Still got the energy. Game 1391. The moment he's on target for victory, 801. Just to add to his collection of medals. Genuine possibilities, the top of the league in Saudi Arabia. obviously strong contenders to win this tournament as well, given that the Saudi clubs finished 1, 2 and 3 in the elite division in the West last season, including Al Nassr, who then lost the semis. Saudi clubs will take some stopping. Al Zawraa done pretty well. That's solidly won back by the goal scorer, Al Nassr. What he came on to do. The ball is in behind. Here's an opportunity for two. And Sadio Mane is denied brilliantly by Jalal Hassan. Bravely as well. Thought it sold the goalkeeper, the dummy. Made out that it was going in the far corner, tried to drag it past him, but Jalal Hassan has seen it all before. Took his time, timed his leap, and was prepared to take the trailing boot somewhere painful. An hour played. Zawraa staying in the game. They grab something. They have carried a threat at times, more in the first half than in the second. There were no shots on goal, on target at all for Al Nassr in the first half. This is a goal kick. Mane scored at the weekend, scored in the second game of the league campaign as well. João Felix is the top scorer, he got a hat-trick on his debut in the Saudi Pro League. It's Al Tawur. Cristiano's got 4. If you missed the team news, if you are slightly late to it, Cristiano isn't here. Just rested. George Jesus was making very clear that he didn't have a problem with travelling to Iraq. It wasn't his decision. He needs to rest. But he has played some ludicrous number of games, 1,300 games or something for club and country. Looks a determined figure. Coman. Cam did well. Don't make it easy to counter-attack. They won the ball back much better in the second half. Al Nassr. Sadio Mane. It's a little short for Mashari. Brozovic joins in. Full time. Mane's pass isn't the greatest. How much energy did Al Zawraa have for this? It's going to be half an hour. And Ibrahim keep on making those runs. Here's Mahdi. Kadim. And Hussein. Again, like that. To step forward. That his deeper starting position. Calmly done by two excellent central defenders for Al Nassr, Inigo Martinez and Amri. Sadio Mane has come deep. No one really plays as the number 9 for Al Nassr. These players anyway. Spread wide for the run of Sultan, who's worked really hard and done really well. His ball into the penalty area. João Felix has slammed it down into the ground and wide. It's the job that Abdallah Al-Kabari came on to do. The job that he did as a bonus was score the only goal. Nicely worked, good chance for Sadio Mane. He couldn't drag it beyond the goalkeeper. The mud is off. These are off as well. Here's an opportunity. They tried to go over the top for Rezic, but Ibrahim waiting in the middle, gets to the byline and slams it. It's gone too hard over the top, but it was the substitute, Hassan Abdul Karim, with the decent attempt. Looking for a similar impact to the half-time sub who came on at the other end. An over-hit corner, disappointing. Sajjad, the other substitute, making his mark. We are midway through the second period. Rezic will get there. Al Nassr through. A little bit of holding going on, but the referee happy that it was 6 and 2 threes. Al-Kabari with a knock to the head, which is why we've stopped. It's Akam in that previous challenge, for which the referee didn't give the foul. Let's have a look again. His arm is up. So Felix's arms are up, and then he rolls over his opponent's head. Absolutely livid. I wonder what point at which that happened, that reaction came from. Shahad, the coach, former national team coach, newly appointed this season. The Iraqi international, Akam Hashim, is just struggling a little bit here. He had the full weight of João Felix roll over his head. Resist the shots of the stadium, the Baghdad skyline in the distance. João Felix, a little bit of a trick. He got pulled back, João Felix, and the card will come out again. Maitham. Annoyed because a little bit of skill had come off. The problem with João Felix, he blows hot and cold from game to game and within games at times. Cynical foul by Maitham. "20 minutes of the 90 left to go." The referee warns the players in the wall about raising their arms as they jump to block this. João Felix. He goes for the top corner. Everyone else with a decoy. And João Felix's thoughts anyway. Not a big team, Al Nassr. You don't look at them and fear that you'll struggle with set pieces. Rezik get on the end of this. Oh, it is stolen then in the midfield by Nizar, and he finds Rezik. Can he produce something? They need something. It goes back to Nizar again. Teed up the shot for Hussein. Good defending when it mattered there for Al Nassr, but they win it back again. Nizar, he slips it through. Here's the opportunity to play a ball in. What brilliant defending by Inigo Martinez. It's not done yet though. Who got the last touch on that? The defender. It's a corner. Super bit of play. Brilliant defending in the midst of that by Inigo Martinez. Ibrahim Tomiwa. He's got a bit of cramp. I always find it fascinating that I expect an opponent to have the medical knowledge. There's the ball in. The touch there from the Spain midfielder was wonderful. Otherwise, it would have been the tap-in. But it is a set piece for the home side. Fiercely driven more or less into the arms of Bento, though. Bowls it out, and it's a little too much there of Sultan. Al-Kabari. Opportunity to break again. Razik, and he goes away from the challenge. It was a little lame. Driving run. Nice touch. No, it doesn't come off. Al-Kabari's had a super game since coming on at half-time. Did it just... Yeah, I think the last touch was off the striker, wasn't it? No further touch of the defensive midfield player. So another cooling break. One more shot of the Baghdad skyline. We're approaching 11 o'clock. Still plenty of traffic. Still plenty of football to come. 15 minutes of play. Once we are through this is the moment. It's only just on. Came on as a half-time sub. Abdallah Al-Kabari. Shore up the midfield to give him a bit of control in midfield, really was the plan. He replaced Zayman. And then he produced a bit of magic. Well, there are eight groups with four teams in each of them. Get it right? So 2 go through from each group. That's how this tournament works. So top 2 go into a round of 16, regionalised round of 16. It goes through again to a finals competition. Change a piece coming. Murad is on. He's coming on. In fact, a couple of changes. So Nizar is off. Iraqi midfielder. Shoved him back on. That doesn't work, does it? 66 for 66. I think it's Sadio Mane, is it they're trying to take off? No. Wrong, it's Angelo. Really good first half, Angelo. I wonder if he perhaps just faded a little bit in a second. And Mohamed Kazim is on. Ibrahim's race is run. He's covered some ground in that. The striker and midfielder replaced. That was Mohamed Simakan who came on. He's a defender, Simakan, so we'll see how that pans out. Gone in. Into a back back three. Simakan there in midfield. Him. Super footwork by the big man. Sultan's moved forward. We'll see. Simakan is a French youth international, not a full international. Young-ish defender. Not every signing made by a Saudi club has to be a star, a Galactico. Sadio Mane. Koman, Brozovic. All of those names are Galacticos. Paris Saint-Germain showed in Europe it doesn't have to be about accumulating stars. Here's João Felix, lovely play by him, and a super finish. What a goal by João Felix. Well, he blows hot and cold. That was him at his hottest. He's had a frustrating 80 minutes, but he shows us all what he can do. The footwork was exquisite, and the finish just deadly. Players all around him, in front of him when he gets the ball. Doesn't move it far, but he moves it into a little bit of space where he can dig out that finish, and up and curling and back down again. And that is what money buys you. Top quality. Smiling, happy João Felix. Has quietened the crowd, I think. Finally, unless they can grab something back. There is time, of course. Simakan puts the burners on. Smashed across. I think two, you could probably argue, given the way the second half has gone, reflects Al Nassr's superiority. Any more would be harsh. And that's the quality of the finishes, isn't it? Two brilliant finishes. The second, obviously, a bit more magical because he had to make himself the space. Al-Kabari struck a brilliant effort from the edge of the penalty area. Offside, but supporting run won't be offside. Simakan lets it run out of play. Touch on that, took it away, but Emery's pretty solid this evening. Brozovic gives Bento a touch. Goal difference is unlikely to play a big part in the outcome of these groups. It's head-to-head record first if teams are on the same points, which can happen in a 14 group, of course. Point is, they might as well go for it. pull on the shirt, was it? Hands around too much. Holding essentially by Zimican. Durgam will take this one. Solid, determined left back. Whips it into a dangerous kind of area. It's a bad delivery, and it was Abdallah who was forward, got to it first. No control. No lack of control at all there from João Felix. That was superb. So little backlift and so much accuracy. No blame for the goalkeeper. Sadio Mane reminding the home supporters what the score is. Well, they made 7 summer signings, including paying, in dollar terms, 35 million for João Felix. It wasn't obvious who wanted him, really. He was a player weighed down by the price tag, the first price tag that he went for. Had a brilliant start to his career at Benfica, and then forever was the player who'd cost over 100 million. I say forever, he's only 25. And I suppose in the Saudi League, it's not the only player around who cost a lot of money. I haven't said that, he played in the Premier League. They all cost a lot of money. Here, I was offside. Saw some speculation linking Al Nassr for Bruno Fernandes, the another superb Portuguese player. Well, we don't know how long Ronaldo will play on for. I suspect he's got more landmarks in mind. Bernardo Silva was another. They're looking for a big marquee signing who might be tempted. Of course, with all due respect to this competition, they don't really want to be competing in the Champions League Two. They want to be in the elite. The only one Saudi representative in this competition. Here's Marcelo Brozovic. João Felix, who's had his moment. Played more or less as probably a false 9, I would say, in the second half. He hasn't really been up top, leading the line and chasing him behind. But he has been their most advanced player. Sultan drives on, gives a free kick away for bundling into the back of Akam. And Brozovic, been a good second half performance by Al Nassr. They came out with more purpose. I think the message was probably fairly clearly communicated by Jorge Jesus at half time. If he doesn't have the language. And they got a quick reward, which was absolutely crucial. Zawraa gave them a lot more problems in the first period than they have in the second. There's an argument about which way Sadio Mane is leaving the pitch. It's a yellow card. The irony of that, of course, it's time wasting. It's taken twice as long for him to get off. I think his point was he didn't want to go. He's an away player. And he didn't want to go the other way, whereas the ref was saying take the fastest route off. So, Al Hassan and Abdulrahman Garib are on. And a couple of the veterans, Brozovic, Sadio Mane are withdrawn. Six minutes for an unlikely comeback. Or a harsh third. Kabari to Sultan. Hakam so determined again. Kingsley Coman. Put in a tough shift in this game, Coman. There's a break coming up before they resume their Pro League campaign. Here's Sultan. João Felix. Fabulous skill again, and that's, I'd say, an unnecessary foul at this stage of proceedings. No further action taken against Hussein. He's already been booked, actually. He was taking a real gamble here. It was an utterly needless foul, really. Wasn't trying to compete for the ball. I suppose there wasn't much violence in it, which is why there's no need for the second yellow. Here, guys. I think he will be satisfied, though. He's had the rest, hasn't made the journey as much as anything else, and his teammates have done a good job in the second period. He really has played his part. Simakan was down on the ground. Kingsley Coman. He's going to try and plot away to number 3. Simakan with a touch. Terrific pressure. And it's forced. Zawraa back towards their own goal. Easy run coming from Mishari. Coman. They're able to stroll through these closing stages. Al Nassr show much ambition. Zawraa, I don't think, have the ambition to get 2 back in 2 minutes. Second goal really was like putting a slow puncture into a balloon. It just fairly quickly drained the place of the atmosphere and the bounce and the belief. It's been a very accomplished performance after the first half. And they work a situation nicely again, but once again well defended. Interesting games to come, of course, for Zawraa against Istiklal. Sort of wondered at the beginning whether that might be decisive. Oh, here's a back pass. It's a little short, but Bento comes safely enough. I wonder whether those games might be the pivotal ones in the group, but I'm inclined to think the answer to that question was yes. Sultan, Simikan, and Koman. Al Hassan. Al Hassan again in the midfield. Inigo Martinez had a good game. One brilliant interception that was crucial. Still they go forward. Still they're looking for another. João Felix. It is all over. A super accomplished performance by Al Nassr has seen them come to a difficult place and take all 3 points. A little bit of needle, a little bit of bad blood, but a really good second half performance. Abdallah Al-Kaibari sent on to shore up the midfield and provide some stability. Instead scored a super goal. Simikan furiously leaves the pitch at the end of the game. He gets a yellow card. Moments of the night though was João Felix making himself room to shoot, sending in a brilliant goal for the second that wrapped it up. And for all of the hard work of the home side in the first half, they didn't have what it took to take on these superstars of Al Nassr. Jorge Jesus takes his case to the referee, case of his players. They take 3 points away with them. And the competition goes on. Full time in the Al Zawraa Stadium. Al Zawraa 0, Al Nassr 2.